Tomorrow, at schools around Western New York, we'll see the start of another ritual on the school calendar. Those standardized tests begin for more than 1 million students in grades 3 through 8. Many parents may decide once again to opt their kids out of these still controversial exams. 2 on Your Side's Ron Plants found out that while the state made some changes to encourage participation, it might not be enough for some. Why is that, Ron?
Kelly, those opposed to the standardized testing say it still puts too much pressure on the students, teachers, and administrators. But we're going to see what happens with this year's testing participation rates when, again, it starts tomorrow for English and then May 1st for math. A spokeswoman for the state education department says they made, quote, significant changes in the English and math testing process for this school year, even a name change, if you will, from the Common Core to the Next Generation English Language Arts and Mathematic Learning Standards. Got it? This based on State Education Commissioner Irene Elia, quote, listening to the concerns of parents and teachers. Here's a quick rundown of the changes. First, there will be only 2 days of testing instead of the previous 3, and that apparently means fewer questions on those exams for English and math. The test will also be offered on computers instead of just on paper. And finally, there won't be any timing of the test. As long as the students are working, they can use the school day for completion. One local opponent to the testing says many parents will still say no test for their children.
The changes have been minimal, and the opt-out families and parents that have advocated have helped make some of those changes, pressure state up to do that. Unfortunately, the changes just are not enough to convince families that there's a change in the direction of education in New York State.
State education officials say the opt-out rate statewide has slowly been dropping from 21 to 19% last year as more kids take the test. But here in Western New York, it's still more than 50 or even 60% in some local school districts. Now, as far as how they're used with these tests, they still are not used to evaluate teachers, a major issue of backlash for teachers' unions in the past, and they aren't used for student placement. Advocates for testing still say they're crucial to gauge progress of school districts and to measure achievement for students with state education standards. Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.